Hi everybody, my name is Jeremy, this is Remy's Recording Modular, and this is the Strymon Supercar Plus. It's a play on words because it's a Car Plus Strong module. Car Plus Strong is a way of using delay lines to create pitches. Rings is an example. I love physical modeling, and this little friend here, when it came out, when it was announced, I was like, I'm gonna have to yoink that. So I have 200 presets I need to make for some synth coming sometime next year. I have a 2.5 hour video on my new album, Superstructures. Check the link in the video description for that I need to edit. I have a Halloween set I need to get ready for, but I just wanted to take some time for myself and do some time with this little friend. And even that turned into a bit of a pain in the ass because I was like, I don't want to boot up my main rack. I just want to use like a little setup like this. First of all, this thing didn't work. Second of all, this thing takes MIDI. The Supercar takes MIDI, which is, I was like, cool, I'll use MIDI. But only the solo side. So it's divided into two sides. So the solo side here, and then the chord side. And they only gave you MIDI on the solo side. I'm like, why? Why did you do that? Make one channel 1 and one channel 2, or make them like two channels that you can pick from. Absolutely bizarre choice. If you're thinking about getting this as a MIDI module, because that's where we are these days, like modules can act as, MIDI synthesizers, which is kind of cool. However, just know that it's only the solo side that you can just plug MIDI directly into. So I had to get my good old trusty mutant brain, and now we are sending MIDI to CV into the Supercar Plus. So I guess that's good. Kind of like took a bunch of my time that I didn't really expect to spend. But hey, now that we're here, we can play around. Okay, cool. I got some reverb and delay from the syntax itself. So that's what you're hearing there. There's no effects built into this. All right, cool. So there is a tuner here. I'm not going to touch it because it should just be playing back C. I don't know if it is, but it should be. So we have damp. If you're familiar with rings at all, you're going to be familiar with this. Decay. I want to get some more reverb on this. Attack. I really like how attack changes the timbre. Now we have an alternate timbre. That's nice. Let's go ahead and find out if there is MIDI implementation for those controls. If there isn't, I'm going to be pissed off. We have a quick start guide. Oh my god, I don't think they gave us MIDI control over anything. There's nothing listed in the quick start guide. Man, that sucks. What is the fucking point? Strymon, please update the MIDI for this. Like, at least give me some MIDI control over stuff. If you have it, then put out a guide that says we have it, all right? You know what? This sucks. I don't like this at all. I'm going to switch over to the modular rig, even though I didn't want to. All right, well, here we are at the modular station. The stuff that you hear, that vinyl noise, is coming from the RC20 plugin that I put the drums through. That's what that is. So we're just going to run some sequence through here. We'll have 3 different sequences. This first one's going to be kind of mid-tempo, messing around like you hear. This is our chord voice that we're sequencing right now. Now I'm going to try recording a top line, and what I'm going to find out is that every once in a while, despite hitting all the right notes, a wrong note plays, and I don't know why. There's one right there. So now I'm checking to see if I have any settings wrong. And now I'm just playing the notes to figure out when it happens, and it seems, there's one right there. It seems that randomly, sometimes when you overhang notes, it plays the wrong note. And I'm going to play them slower and then speed up, and you'll hear it eventually happen. There, right there. No idea what the hell is going on, so I guess I'm just going to play shorter notes. Strymon, help. So now we're going to do some modulation, something we couldn't do when we were using MIDI. I am plugging all the channels of the Acid Rain Maestro into the CV Mod 8 from Avalon Harmonics, and I am putting them all into our friend. Right now we're messing with decay and damp for each channel, and honestly this sounds pretty dope. Alright, here's some effects from Magneto, also from Strymon. And a little bit of Starlab, also from Strymon. That's cool. I'd say that's a pretty good go around. Much better than when we were using MIDI with it, for better or worse. All right, next up, let's do something a bit more dancey, I guess. So good at playing. Wow, so good. All right, here's our top line for this. 1, 2, 3, let's jam. You can hear a little bit of collide on the voice, which is really, really cool. I do like the fact that you can collide both sides of the thing independently. It gives it a little snappiness, which I really like. That same modulation we had before going into damp and decay for each side is happening, which gives it a very lively feel. There's a little spring reverb from Magneto there. And the two different timbre modes that are available for each side have a really nice contrast. I think I actually might like the red mode more than I like the green mode in some cases. Okay, time for ambient. So in this one, I'm going to record two things. Obviously the chord voice and then the lead voice. And I'm going to use a lot of chants on both of them to create some sort of like variations in the notes. In fact, with voice 1, I'm going to use an arpeggiator at 30-second notes, and I'm going to add chants after that. So we'll get a very sort of like flippity-floopity stuff going on. You'll hear. This is now running through Immature Versio, into Beads, into Magneto, into Starlab. So things are going to get wet. That's nice. That's a bit of Starlab shimmer. Yeah, it's good. Cool. Well, despite my initial issues, oh, that sounds cool. I think that this is a fun little module. I'd love to see whatever the tuning thing is get looked at, I guess. And then, you know, if there's any stuff with the MIDI that can be improved, that'd be nice too. But it's a Car Plus Strong module that does what it says when you use it the way it wants to be used. And that's all for me today. I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye.